The doctors freaked out. This is all, I can prove all this physically. I can tell you, I've been translated, I can prove that, from Monroe, Louisiana to Lafayette, and made it in 30 minutes, and you can't do that with a jet. I can prove that because the people are still living, that God sent me there. Didn't burn no fuel in any way, shape, or form. And I was going up the overpass coming out of Monroe, going toward Alexandria, coming out, and I thought my car was on fire. Smoke filled up the hole, and I went, oh my God. And when I found myself speaking in tongues, shouting. This is when I had become a preacher. My God, I was just speaking. And I remember my mind saying, put your hands on the steering wheel, fool. And the next thing I noticed, I was on the Evangeline Thruway in Lafayette, Louisiana. And I had just left Sunny Day's office, who was a contractor in Monroe. I left at 10:35. And at 11 o'clock, I'm sitting there. Actually, 11:05. And I stopped, I pulled off by a Burger King, and I was supposed to stop and pray for a man's child who was sick in the hospital. And to make a long story short, before I called Sunny Day, I got on the phone and I called them. I knew the little girl was in, what room she was in. And when Ken, the father, Anthony, they were screaming, and I heard the doctor say, we're losing her. She got 108 fever, 107, 108 fever, and she was in convulsion. And I said, Ken, I kept hollering at Ken, and he would say, my baby's dying, my baby died. She was 8 years old, 7, 8 years old, something like that. My baby's dying. I said, Ken, put your hand on her now. What? Put your hand on her now. And I said, I'm gonna pray. And he said, oh, brother, I said, I hollered at Ken, put your hand on her now. And he did. And in the name of Jesus, you devil from hell, get your hand off that child. And the baby went, whoa, stop convulsing, opened up her eyes and said, Mama, I'm hungry. The doctors freaked out. This is all, I can prove all this physically. He said, but Jesse, she's healed. I said, well, that's what I expected. Now, why did God have to get me there? Because he knew I had to be there to pray for that child. Now, I did something stupid. I drove about 2 miles, pulled over on the side of the road, and I said, come on, Jesus, take me home. And nothing happened. George, I spit and screamed, come on, Jesus. And I said, I got translated. So I said, well, if I didn't burn no gas. And I turned the switch on the car and it was completely full. And I had to drive all the way home. I was a little irritated about it. But you see, nothing was major to get home. God put me in the right place, different close encounters of the God kind.